Welcome traders, welcome to the live session of FOMC day. So Wednesday, right? So very important trading day coming up with the FOMC, and as FOMC coming, we see that most of the instrument showing reflection of that. GBP JPY also trending. We had a trade on JJ which is running in. We can see euro dollar also moving. XAUUSD, this is the market that currently looking at, where we saw that from the daily there was a with back-to-back 2 days bullish move. Today the market, from this opening, as soon as the market open, it start to drop down from the daily. So we'll do a full multi-time frame analysis to see whether we can find potential trading opportunity, and just waiting for everyone to show up here in the live session. If you guys are here, say yes in the live chat so that you know that you are here. Let's begin another big trading day with the FOMC coming up, and the directional bias is very clear at the moment. We can see this is in a pullback at the moment, because XAUUSD, if you look at here, it's a bull market. So as the market is coming for a pullback, we can look for potential. What do you want to think? What do you think, that it's gonna be bullish or bearish? Let's start a poll in the beginning. Welcome, thank you. Let's start a poll. Also, do you want to cover the FOMC? I can do a special live session with the FOMC if you guys think that it's gonna be helpful. I normally trade quietly in FOMC. What do you think of gold today? Again, remaining bullish. I'm putting a poll here. Or bearish. So I've given the poll. Let's see that what everyone is thinking now. Thank you. All right, so if you look at here daily, what I think that it might be forming a potential inverted head and shoulder here. So if you look at here, you can see the market has crossed this is a support. All right, so that's a very important support, and the market, we saw the price has dropped to that support level. Okay, so with this narrow red candle, the market has dropped to that level, and then it have made its move back to the upside here. And with this move, what we have seen, the market has gone back up with a bigger momentum here in that area. So this is a very important previous resistance line here. We can see here, which is resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, which is turning support. And for me, the best entry, so if you look at here, you can see this is a previous resistance which is turning support here. Now the best entry will be buy at the moment once we see further potential liquidity grab. And I think that what it could do that with the FOMC, if it grab liquidity from the support enough, then it might potentially go back up here to the resistance line where there is a daily opening and closing. So you see that it's creating a long wick at the bottom, so that might lead that price back to the upside here. And if we look at now the 4-hour chart, we can see that back-to-back sideways movement with a narrow green candle, big red candle, another green candle. So which is basically showing a pattern here that might be a bullish pattern. Now with that being said, if we look at the 15-minute chart here, we can see this is the lower time frame. Now in this lower time frame, it's creating series of higher low, so like that. Okay, so you can see it's creating series of higher low, and this is a trend line as well. And with that being said, looking at the 4 hour, we have around 2 hours, almost 1 hour 40 minutes for this 4 hour candle to close. Now any break below this current 4 hour candle is where we will have an opportunity to go long. So 1 hour, you can see there is a doji which is forming a potential doji, and here the bias is would like to wait for a bearish pressure locally so that we can go for long. Now this market is a currently bull market, so will not be looking for any selling opportunity at the moment. Rather we'll be waiting for potentially a bullish move here in that market. So with that being said, here we can see this is the lower time frame, and so we can see after this bounce, it's trying to come back here. Now there is an order block here. If you look at here, you can see there was a double bottom when the market was coming down here, and with this double bottom, the price managed to break out with this momentum, and from that bull flag, it's now creating a structure. So expecting that this market to potentially come back here to the order block and then to return back again. So for us, for potentially entry, we would like to see the market coming here to this liquidity zone where there is an important support, and from that zone we can look for potential entry opportunity in this market. So this is the zone that we are looking at. And in the meantime, guys, if you are enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. And thank you. There's a 1 minute bounce, and again it's coming back here. So we are trading on 1 minute on XAUSD at the moment. So we are looking to see that the price again especially coming to this order block. So 4 hour here as well. If we look at the 15 minutes, this is an important trend line, and which is a very important support. This is a support here, a bounce, and we can see support here, a bounce, and support here, a bounce. So we may see the market again coming to that support and then to have another bounce. So any drop to that level is where we will be looking for potentially trading opportunity in this market. And yeah, this is the support that we are looking for entry. As soon as we will find entry opportunity, we will be looking to enter from this order block. This is the zone that looking for potential entry in this market. And if the market managed to bounce, as this is the daily resistance line, we may see that from this if it come back here to for a retest to go back up almost 560 pip, possible move here for this market to go back up to the resistance line. So from this order block we saw bull flag. Would like to see that it's coming back below, and that's the zone that our buy area, that would like to wait for potential retest and then to return back to the upside. So if we look at the 1 minute here, we can see that the price action showing here in this area. Waiting for a proper setup, and in the meantime, so I have posted a poll. What do you think that on the upcoming remaining bullish? 69%. Yeah, so I think so, but there are two things. One is that, yeah, it's remaining bullish, but is this from what level? Okay, so which is very important. It may remain bullish, but from what level? From this current level, or it's coming back below further and then remaining bullish. So for me, this is a support, a very important support that we are looking to see, and from that support that we could see the market to remain bullish. This is what we're looking to see, and you can see it's creating a structure. Would like to see that it's dropping back to that order block. That's the zone that we will be looking to see potential entry once the market managed to break below. So this is also the 4-hour support that would like to draw a line here with the intraday support from the 4 hours, so that you know that at what level the market, this is at what level it might just touch the intraday candlestick low, and there is a big fair value gap. So if you look at here, you can see there is a massive fair value gap. So this is a support. Okay, so support here, support here, support here, and with that multiple support, we may see the market to come back here below. There is a big fair value gap. All right, and with this fair value gap, this is a zone where imbalance in the market, and that imbalance is what we are looking for, the price to come back, fill that zone, and then to potentially revert back again to the upside. So you can see that drop coming up and waiting for a full potential drop here, and then we are looking to enter into the trade. Waiting for the price to show that level, and this is support. It's in the beginning we saw there was a bounce from this level to that. It has come to that zone, and from this area we may see that the market to possibly to go back again to that level or drop. So this is because there is an imbalance here, and that imbalance is where once we see the price has come here to fill that imbalance, we can look for the entry opportunity in this market. So guys, ready for an entry? Thank you. We still see sideways. Actually looking gold today. Sir, skin is not visible. Skin should be visible. Hey guys, can you confirm that the skin is visible? I think it's visible. What do you think? It's only in case of you or everyone the same? Is the screen visible? And what's your thought with the upcoming FOMC? What do you think that it's gonna do in the upcoming FOMC? As we see the market here, it's in a gold currently lower time frame. It's a very heavy one. Thank you. Here is a deep consolidation here in that area, and that consolidation that we can see there is a triangle, and we can see it's forming series of higher low with this triangle, and skin is okay. So what we might see that in this market for the price to, because early today when the market break below, I was expecting that to straight go back up, but we see that without straight going back up, it start to consolidate here. Now what this might do is, with this consolidation, if we look at the trend, we can see that it's still maintaining that series of higher low, and because it's still maintaining that series of higher low here with this consolidation, we can expect it to break above, and that is where the opportunity for us to go long for any opportunity in any trade. Now here is the lower time frame here with this pole. This is the impulse on the 30 minutes. We saw that couple of dodgy formation, and it's now trying to push back to the upside. There are imbalance here. So from the 1 minute, now the structure that you can see, it's very disorganized. The structure that I would say is because in this area here there is a big move and then sideways. So with that sideways movement, the price from this support level, you can see this is an important support, it's carrying a reaction. So we might see that the price to possibly drop well below and then to trend back up. So for us, for any kind of entry, we would like to see that the market has made enough retracement in that zone. Especially this fair value gap is important because this is where we could see the market to revert back again to the upside. So with that in mind, let's look at also we will be looking at another pair here. So as of with the XAUUSD, this is a USD. So looking at the 1 minute, leaving it at 1 minute chart to see that the market to show its hand. Now looking at here on the looking at GBP JPY, so we had a trade early. It's now potentially coming for another pullback. GBP JPY, and we can look for euro dollar in a sideways, British pound US dollar also sideways. GBP JPY was having a trend, and with this trend here, if you look at it, you can see this is a 1 hour bullish engulfer. From the 1 hour GBP JPY, it's a pretty massive bullish engulfer, and we had this trade here on the 15 minutes. If you look at here, you can see there was a 15 minutes bullish engulfer. From that zone the market was trending, and this is why we have opened that position on GJ, is because this is the trend line. The market is maintaining that bullish market structure, and if you look at the 4 hour here on GJ, you can see there is a doji, and from that zone there was a break to the upside on GBP JPY. So with that in mind, looking at the 1 hour chart, it is bullish. So GBP JPY currently trending. We are on a trade, and we may be able to find further opportunity as soon as we see enough price action confirmation on this. We'll keep it on the watch list. As soon as we will find, we can enter into the trade, while XAUSD in a very sideways with a multiple times just moving in this range. Before the candle close, what I think it might still may remain in a sideways, and once we see the market has dropped to that level, we can look for entry. This is the zone that I'm looking to see potentially a retest for any bullish opportunity. You know, the market trend only 30% of the time. 70% of the time the market just moved in a sideways. So if you see that a market is sideways, it is always better to wait for the market to show its hand, because when you look at a market that is in a sideways, right, so if you look at the market in a sideways, that's not an ideal market to trade, because some of the moves that you can see on gold, you see this is a move, clean bounce, this is also a move, especially when you see that 4 hour closed, or especially 4 hour closed after an important session, we can see the market move. So this is where, this is the London session candle. The first one on the Asian session, we saw that after break of this high, it started to trend back down, and then this is a, this one is where the after the London session, this is the NY candle. That one also, as soon as it closed back below, it started to trend upside. Now because it started to trend upside, we may see that, what I think, this one ultimately before candle close, we might see that crossing 3397. So therefore any downside here is where we can look for possible entry. Now looking at here, so this consolidation, the market may, what I think, that it may not be able to trend very aggressively until the FOMC. Therefore any break below this bull flag is where the opportunity for long. GBP JPY forming another bullish 15 minutes bullish candle. We may be able to add further position once we see that the market prepared for potential another move. So it's forming a doji here in this area. While gold is consolidating. This is a very narrow range on gold, and in this narrow range would like to see it's not being able to, you see that the bull's not getting enough strength to break that, because there is a sharp rejection and also series of lower high with long wick candles. So because when you see that market like that, it's where the price may not be able to break the high. Instead, you could see the market to potentially break the low here, and it may try to push that up, but our range here, if it come back here to that support, that's where you will be able to find better entry opportunity. Hello, welcome, thank you. I'm expecting false breakout, touch 3364, then we'll be in buy let. So you think that 3364 false breakout or breakdown? 3364 is here. Yeah, the lower the better. Okay, so looking at daily, today's low is here. We saw that the market has come to that low so far. So we saw 3361. Now, yeah, if it breaks below, it may break to 3360, even lower than that. And that's a big opportunity, because the order block is here from the daily. You can see this green candle, that this daily green pin bar, this resistance is a support here. This is an order block, and with that order block, we look at that 1 minute. This zone is the better opportunity here. It's in a sideway and one candle sideway. One candle range is, it's not a very good market to trade. Good day, welcome, good morning. GJ looks interesting. Yes, we are on a trade. It is to me bullish. GBP JPY. What pairs you look at, guys, when you trade? I would like to have statistics here. Can you write what pairs you trade other than XAUSD? I know that many of you here trade XAUSD. In terms of currency, which currency you trade mostly? You can write GJ. Yeah, we have open position on GBP JPY. there is a bullish price action here on GBP JPY. Let's see if we can find here with 12 pip. Yeah, there is an inverted head and shoulder. We can look for a buy here. We can add another position from the 5 minutes with 12 pip stop loss. We will be taking not long here, as it is a lower time frame trade. GBP JPY. Based on the 5-minute settings, GBP JPY looking for a bullish move to the upside. Have opened buy GBP JPY. We are already running another trade, so we are adding one more position. So buying at 191.45, stop loss at 191.33, TP target 191.60. So this is we can see there is a consolidation and expecting it to break above. There is a doji on the lower time frame. And in this market, the stop loss below this, all this low, expecting it to have potentially move to the upside, though the market is approaching an important level of resistance. It grabbed liquidity. We traded in the direction of the trend. There is only 12 to 13 pip stop loss, so anything can happen. And I would highly encourage you to do the proper risk management. Must be, if you really want to trade properly. We are on the trade on GBP JPY. The second trade, the first trade is still running in profit. So alright, so here is the running trade on GBP JPY. If it not going back up, then it might just grab drop liquidity. But here so far the market showing possibility for another bounce, as it has this is a there was a multiple false breakdown here. So here we see that on the 5 minutes, the 5 minutes candle closing on GBP JPY, it's from a doji, and okay, before we'd like to see closing as a bull candle, which closed as a bull candle, and we may see that upside. All right, let's keep holding it for some more directional move. Okay, so we are running GBP JPY, expecting it to return. If you guys enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. All right, so here is GBP JPY move. But you can see that in this market, it's heading back to the upside with an inverted head and shoulder. So you're running in the 81 here, 5-6 pip up. Let it go back to the full TP target. Anyone here on this trade in this live session? Thank you, GJ. Like tradingness. So next 100, next 100, use 30. Okay, GU GJ. All right. So welcome. We can see that move, and on this one it's heading back to the upside, which I think we may see that potential continuation. So it managed to extend from that resistance line. We can see that it's heading back to the upside. It's almost potentially hitting the TP target. So hitting back to the TP target, and we might see that the price to push back to create a new higher high. Moving in the direction of the trend. Okay, so we are on that. I would like to hold it for one more bounce. Linearly to hitting that target. GBP JPY. So we see that the market has made big bull candle here, and let's see that if it is still maintaining that move. So we are nearly to incoming for pullback. So you see there is a 1 hour candle closing, and let's just drop back again for a pullback potentially. And now that move here, we can see that on GJ with this doji formation, and that is where we can see the market has formed a big doji, and we can see that it's pushing back to the upside with a momentum, and would like to see that it's going back up and then creating a new higher high. And one more push back to the upside can give that we can see that with this move, expecting for the market to possibly break that high to create a new higher high. So holding it for a new higher high, and with that new higher high we can look for with the new higher high we can look for a TP hit in that area. So you're almost 5 pip away from the TP. Okay, it didn't retested that level, and now with a retest, if it's not trending, we are on the 1 minute on GBP JPY. Right, so one more candle needed to the upside for a possible breakout. And here is what you can see the market creating that momentum. Right, so one more bounce needed for possible going back to the TP here on GBP JPY. Let's take a trade here. And then we will be looking on gold as well. So far going in the direction as planned. And yeah, almost there. Are you guys with me? So we are almost there to hit the TP. One more bounce. Nearing to the TP. Yeah, TP hit on this. TP hit. Okay. We secured on this one to 13 pip on GBP JPY. Now let's see what else remaining for us in that area. If we look at on GBP JPY, we'll leave it there to see Well, you can see the gold coming down again for another breakdown. This is what we're discussing, that the market might be moving in a range, and in that range here we can see the market long week, it's in a range, and we may see that the price to possibly come back here to the support level. And because it's moving in a range, if you look at it, you can see lower time frame from the 1 minute. This is a complete break of the structure and on gold. So would like to see that it has broken well below for liquidity grab. 4 hour again looking at, this is what we're waiting for the market to come back to the support. And once we see the market has come back to the support, we can look for that entry. This is a head and shoulder here, you can see, but that's head and shoulder is not any kind of, I don't consider it as a reversal. Instead, we might see that move here on this head and shoulder is possibly for the market coming for momentum gain here in that area again. And looking at, so therefore if you look at here, you can see this is a support, and we may see the market to trend in that area with from the support level. So there is a semi-circular, it's a very funny circular structure, but it's maintaining series of higher low. Now for us to enter on gold, would like to see that major level is broken, especially this support has broken. 4 hour here, we can see that this is the 4 hour candle, and in that area with that zone there is a long wick, 5 minutes, 1 minute chart here as well. Waiting for the market to potentially come here and then trend. The key here is to make sure that we are trading with the trend. And trading with the trend is the most effective way to trade the market always. So here from this head and shoulder, it's started to coming up. it's trying to pick up a bullish move in this area because it's in fact bullish market, so it definitely will try to move back to the bullish direction. But if we look at here, we can see that this is where the market is showing that price action for possible. This is the daily resistance, 4-hour resistance, and daily resistance is here. So as we see the market started to move from here with this impulse, complete sideways, and then this range, if we want to trade this range, we would like to see that it's coming here in that zone and then to return again in the major direction of the trend. So that is the level that we would like to see the market to come here, and then to possibly to buy. This is an order block. Looking at the 1 hour, yeah, there is a possibility for a drop. This is what we're waiting to see, that the market managed to come here and retest it. The bulls is still trying to significantly pushing that price back to the upside on XAUSD. If you get a good trade on GJ, we'll be waiting for another entry. Welcome, Gold mostly. If you are doing, it's very important that thanks you, welcome. Made profit with GJ, welcome. Can we take impulsive buy on gold? No, not a good idea to take an impulsive buy. It's always a good idea is to be patient when the market is ranging, because when the market ranges, if you look at it, you can see that this is a support, and with that support it's kind of forming a circle here. And because it's forming a circle, here you can see series of lower high, higher low, wanting to see that it's breaking below. It's kind of what I call the fish pattern. So it's forming a fish pattern here. Right now, from that fish pattern, we would like to see that it's has broken below first and then going up. Now it may continue to rise up here. Okay, so if it is going up, then let it go up until it come back here for another retest. $3378 is an important support. This is FVG. So with that FVG, with this FVG, would like to see the market coming to fill that zone and then to revert back again. Third on, it's come back down to 4-hour 20 EMA, XAUSD. Look, if we look at the 4-hour 20 EMA, the current candle less likely. The next one with the FOMC, there is a possibility. We might see the change in sentiment before FOMC. So we need to look for what kind of price action showing at the moment. But I think there could be a spike down here to this 20 EMA 4-hour. This current candle may not be, because this one is closing in 47 minutes. Okay, so what we might see with the current one is that the price to come back here. The next one, once this one might close even above, and then to return during the FOMC, taking the liquidity and then to boom back up again with a momentum. One probable scenario. The other probable scenario is not to test this 20 EMA but to revert back again to the resistance line. If the market do that, okay, if the market really drop here, which is also that we are discussing about the daily doji here, daily resistance and support. If the market drop to that level, that is where we could see that the market potentially be trending back to the upside. So this is a support where the market is potentially heading back to the upside, and so with a long wick here, expecting it to from here, it's in a sideway. We'll be waiting for a clear direction and then we can look for that entry. And here what we can see from this level, the market to come back in that support level to potentially retest and waiting for that breakup structure. Now at the moment we see that here quite a few long wick candle, expecting it to come back. Very choppy on gold and we won't be able to enter with the choppy market. we can see here slowly forming series of lower high, and would like to see the price breaking from that structure. 15 minutes till NY session. You see there we have there's an app that I use for especially the timing purpose, and we'll see that with that app all the sessions easily understood. So you see there is a lower time frame move on the 1 hour. With multiple candlestick pattern, with this series of higher low and also series of lower high. So it's potentially coming to that order block that we are discussing. Okay, we see that drop down coming from this support, could drop back below here, and that is what needed to see the market. If you look at the 4 hour, you can see it's almost to the 4 hour support. We have 39 minutes for this candle to close. If this market is coming here to this support, we may see that potential rejection to the upside. There is a local just has broken this trend line. So it's approaching that support, and there's a big fair value gap here. It's approaching that fair value gap, and so I had a previously running trade on gold. I think we might see that the market now coming to hit that level. Okay, so it formed a bearish price action in that area, and okay, getting, as we discussed, from this fair value gap, trying to moving back up. Looking at the 4-hour, 30 minutes, very important candle, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and here is the impulse on the lower time frame on the 1-minute chart. And with this impulse here, getting that rejection to the upside, this is a possibility to again come down, and waiting for, so as you can see, 4-hour reach that resistance line. It's coming for the lower it will come, the better for us to find any entry. Now it can happen that 4-hour closing with a long wick here as a, like, not a full green body, but a long wick candle, and the next one to come back again for 4-hour 20 EMA retest, which can happen. And that in that case we might see that the next one is the FOMC candle, and it might just grab liquidity with the FOMC and then could return back again to the daily. So it will depend on what kind of structure it is making here in this area. What you can see here, the lower time frame coming for weak fill. So is it getting, if you look at the 1 minute, you can see whenever going up, sellers trying to push that price down. So still probability for breaking below in that area. And with that breakdown, expecting for the market to possibly to come back here in that no man's land, which is the fair value gap. And once we see the market in that fair value gap, we can look for possible entry later. Here is where you can see series of high and low, and look at the 1 hour, also the same price action, 30 minutes, showing the similar kind of price action. Okay, it's getting that rejection from that level as we discussed, so it's potentially to come here for the fair value gap retest. So this is an order block, it may remain here. 4 hour, again looking at until we see the clear directional bias, we are waiting for the entry. Thank you. So here it is another candlestick pattern formation. Patience is very important when we are opening position. 15 minutes NY session. What is the app called? What's the app called for session? So it's called the it's a free app that I was using for a long time, where you can see all the sessions, all the like all the markets, what is open, because sometimes it's confusing, isn't it? NY session, London session, you are not can't live in everywhere at the same time, isn't it? So it's got a little coin which is called the Forex hour. It's a free app, you can find any app store. Forex hours. So in that app, so now I can see that New York time, New York, so closed market, you can see on the closed market and open market. So open market New York 9:32 a.m., Frankfurt 3:32 p.m., London 2:32 p.m., closed market Tokyo 10:32 p.m., Hong Kong 9:32 p.m., Sydney 11:32 p.m. So it's easy to understand what market is open, what market is closed. Anyone can download. It's a free one. So let's see here with a long week candle close in that area. The price started to again move back to the upside, which is not a very good area for any entry at the moment. If we look at the 1 hour, this is a 1 hour candle so far. It may still try to come back here for another weak fill during the time. 30 minutes just opened and started to move up. So if you look at the 1 hour, which is going back up, I'm waiting for a bearish order flow on dollar yen, looking for shorts. Dollar yen is, if you look at, we had a trade on GBP JPY, which is currently ranging. But if you look at dollar yen in that area, now dollar yen where there is a big long week doji back to back 2, look at the 1 hour, also the same thing. So lower time frame here on dollar yen, 15 minutes, which is if you look at it, you can see this is a big move, consolidation, and maybe pushing back up here on dollar yen in this way. So you can see here dollar yen currently not showing any clear directional bias. We were watching GBP JPY, which was trending. I'll keep eye on GJ again for another trade, while looking at on the lower time frame gold choppy, it's again coming here for another potential drop, and you can see it drop again in this area. Now here what you can see that on gold is after multiple candlestick pattern formation is still maintaining that range. So whenever breaking out of that range, it's going back to the range again, and the price again revert back to this 4 hour candle. And now the question is if this candle closing above or below. Looking at lower time frame, which is showing that bullish price action, GBP JPY. Is there any running trade already? No, we closed GBP JPY. And waiting for an entry on gold. In just a matter of few for entry on gold, we need to see that the market has maintained that structure. So you can see this is a structure, and in that structure we see the price grab liquidity, and we could see that it returned back up again. So with here it have a very unique movement to the upside at the moment, and it might go back to the resistance. So it is series of high and low here in this area. Looking at the lower time frame here, with a bullish impulse, expecting for the market to potentially now here you can see it gained that momentum, and it might try to go up further for weak fill. We see that 1 hour close coming, where it form a doji, and yeah, there might be possible rejection. So here is the 1 minute candle. Look at the 1 hour. Let's see if we have any entry. Still not showing a very clear direction. So we can see that with this directional bias here, creating that inverted head and shoulder. Now, because the market is still showing that bullish trend, it's a fully sideways market at the moment. And if we look at as you can see, there is a red green, again there is a green candle. So when it is in a complete choppy, we need to look for always the bigger picture, because from this consolidation the market is likely to break in one direction, and the way it will break is in the major direction of the trend. Now here we can see that it's maintaining that series of higher low, and because it's maintaining that series of higher low, we may see that the market to from this series of higher low to create a bullish impulse in one direction, and that's where the liquidity grab, that's where you could find that liquidity in that market. So here is the this is a very non-tradable consolidation. That's why I'm not still any trade on gold. It's very important that we understand the market structure, because trading on a choppy market, you will get always confused with that. So if you want to keep your winning always in the direction, always in profitability, always try to avoid the market that is choppy, because trading on the choppy market is just, you'll see that you'll buy, it will drop back again, you're gonna sell, it's gonna go up. That's how the market does, especially when there is a choppy. Here it is trying to break out, but there is a resistance coming up here, and it just touched that resistance. 4 hour, we can see it's started to push back to the upside, and until we see that a clear we need a clear impulse, especially in the direction of the trend, and then a pullback, so for us to enter. And we have 1 hour candle closing, and also the 4 hour closing in a couple of minutes, and we can see that before the 4 hour close, it starts to revert back to the 3397 level. This is the zone where it is having the trend. So we have seen one impulse from this support, We have our GBP JPY. Patience is key here. We can see that gold from the support level, maintaining series of higher low, managed to create an upside impulse with 4-hour close. If we look at the daily, here you can see there is a rejection from here. Either now this continuation to the daily resistance or another drop before it move back up. So if you look at the 15 minutes, you can see this is the 15 minutes candle, and so it just crossed that 4-hour previous sessions high, and so that might lead the price to potentially trend here with an inverted head and shoulder. Now, as the market above the resistance line, let's now think of any entry in the direction of the trend. So wait for a pullback here. This is the 1 minute chart, and so here I'll be looking to place buy stop above the high, above the 4-hour high. Now, if the market is, if we look at 4-hour again, let's look at the lower time frame, 5 minutes. If the market is trending from the 1 minute, we'll be placing buy stop above this high, stop loss below this swing low, TP target to the upside to this daily level. After the 4-hour close, if it create another bullish impulse, in that case we will be in the trade. Now looking at again 4-hour, let's wait to see that. Placing a buy stop above this high. Stop loss below this low, TP target to this level. It can even return to trend down. We are, as the market, if you look at here, you can see this is a possible for even another drop to the 4-hour 20 EMA. because it's a bullish engulfer. We look at the 1 hour. If we want to look for that buy stop in this market, we need to see a stronger momentum, but this 1 hour candle is now, if you look at it, you can see it's started to come back down again. Let's look at it again. Yes, trying to form that structure. So placing that buy stop in this area, stop loss below this liquidity gap. There's a 1 minute liquidity gap. TP target will place here. So place buy stop at 3398.35, stop at 3392.82, and TP target at 3409.64. So place that buy stop. Place that buy stop here on XAUSD, and because it has gathered liquidity here multiple times, if it trends back up, then only we will be on the trade, otherwise we will be holding it here. Now with the 4 hour close, if the market not going up, then we are not on the trade. So we placed our buy stop above all this high. So this is a, here we can see a narrow triangular structure formation. This structure may even break below. 2 minutes remaining for the 4-hour close. So if it is going above, we will be on the trade. Now here is also bearish possible. You can see in smooth series of lower high, and if it started to trend, we may see that move. So 4-hour closed. Let's see what kind of price action it has formed. Now from this, this is a break, so it's a buy stop, not a market order. And now, as we mentioned, it still can continue to drop. If we look at that, so if you see that the market is not being able to return to the direction of the trend, we may see that it's remaining bearish here, depending on how it is creating a structure. So here with our the pending order that we placed, it's still there, and just need to come on. If I want to move one line, it's just moving all the lines. We place the buy stop. and if it is going up from that level, that is where we are on the trade. Now if it is not going up, then we have to wait for the market to show clear direction. So if we look at here, 30 minutes, a big bull candle with a, now if it is going up, then we might see that weak fill. That's what we are waiting to see, if it is going for a weak fill or coming down here for downtrend. So here 4 hour closed. Let's look at that here. Now if this market not being able to break the high, it may easily can come back here again to the downside. Now the probability also to be bearish, so our buy stop, if we see the market is not showing strongly bullish, we may be able to place pending order for sell. If the market sentiment changes, that we can see there is a probability that it may start to drop. So in that case, with the 30 minutes, this is the previous low here. Okay, I'm going to place sell stop, closing the buy stop as the market showing significantly bearish at the moment from that level. So placing sell stop here, TP target below this low. This is a range, we can't take a very big profit target. So closing the buy stop and placing a sell stop. So going to the short, okay, it's already crossed that level that we should be. So I'm going by and going to enter by market a sell trade. So I placed a sell by market here and stop loss above this high. This is the market started to move in the direction as there is a significant bearish move. So it may break this low here. So I placed a sell here. My trade is running in. After the GBP JPY, Okay, it's coming back below here, and waiting for a potential TP hit. So it's still showing bearish, but it's trying to push back to the upside. I'll not let the market to take the profit out. Let's see first. I'm ready to close if it suddenly bounce. I think we might see further drop. Yeah, so it's coming potentially down here, expecting for another drop. So expecting for a retest of this support. We're getting rejection. That's what we're waiting for. 2-week fill coming down here for another week fill, and I'll be ready to close anytime, but still holding it for potential another drop here to directly hit the TP or to hit the running profit. So you may see that the market to potentially to trend down. As soon as I'll see the market hit okay, I'm closing the trade with the running profit. I'm out with the trade. So out it might drop or it might bounce again for another bounce. So here I'm out with the running profit. And so this trade had with me around 39.40 pip. So got it for 40 pip, and here it's consolidating, so it may drop further or may go back up. We will be waiting for another better setup. This is about GBP JPY may trend this market on GJ. GBP JPY is trending. That you can see it's in a bullish market. So with that on gold, it's maintaining still that bearish market structure. We are waiting for another entry. As soon as you will find that. What about news today? FOMC coming in a couple of hours. No, this was a valid breakout. So our buy stop is closed. We have open sell trade and which is running closed. So buy stop closed, sell stop taken profit. So it's breaking in the direction, so it may come even further downside. So it's completely coming to the fair value gap. So for our chart, if we look at still at those lines, so if you look at the daily, this is the daily low, and for our chart we can look at, so this is a daily low, today's low on Asian session. The market started to drop, and as we discussed in the beginning of the session, that the price has gone up, has come back, gone up, and now as with the FOMC, it may even come here for daily liquidity grab. Daily, this is the daily low, also the 4-hour 20 MA. So possibility for a downtrend continuation that we can see in this instrument. What we see, it's already below the support level on this lower time frame, and because the market is already below the support level, from this we see some kind of rejection. This is the daily low that we can look at 4-hour. If we this is the today's session's low. As the market is breaking from the top, we may see here possible trend continuation in this market, and with that trend continuation, it may continue to drop further. There is a big fair value gap. It may suddenly may continue to drop, and because it's in a sharp downtrend, breakout structure is where the probability for trade. It's coming below. Okay, so it's breaking completely below that fair value gap. So in this area here, we see there was a big from this level. If you guys look at it, you can see had a rejection at the moment, and it is trying to create an inverted head and shoulder, but we may see that the market possibly to from this zone is trying to return back up. But if you look at the 4-hour, you can see it's a sharp drop, and I think the price may potentially still could remain bearish here, as it's in a very important level, and we may see the market to remain bearish in that area for a little more time, as it is in a downtrend. So looking forward to see that the market is going back up again, coming back down for another drop. And this is another a successful trading day coming up. As you know, that FOMC in couple of minutes, a couple of hours, and we had a successful trading day like we do every day. And tomorrow coming up, another very important trading week, trading day. This is a very important week as because of the FOMC. We had successful day. Let's keep that winning on, and for the next day I would like you to guys to stay motivated by keeping the profit in your account. Let the trade run by itself. Always stay control of your trading account by doing the proper risk management. So with that said, thank you for joining this live session. I'll see you again once also the mentorship open. You can find link below this video for the website. Frequently we go for giveaway, so we will be looking forward to see once spot available for the giveaway to join the academy very soon. With that said, thank you for joining this live session, and I'll see you again very soon trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy.